What's going on, Vault Dwellers? It's Top Ranking Noob, and I'm back at it again with another helpful video for Fallout 76. And today I'm still working with BIV. I'm trying to gather up as many of those recipes as I can for those alcoholic beverages by doing those daily quests. However, today I kind of got thrown for a loop. I ran into a bit of a bug, maybe a glitch, just kind of depending on how you want to view it. And it threw me for a loop. I'm going to show you exactly what happened and how I managed to work around it, just in case you run into the problem. But hey, if you guys want to check out some cool Fallout 76 gear, make sure you head on over to U4GM. I'm going to be putting their link down in the description along with a coupon code that's going to be saving you 5%. Now, this bug wasn't necessarily game-breaking, but it threw me for a loop. I got the quest, and what it wanted me to do is drink a fresh New River Red Ale. And I was a bit disappointed because I already had this mission a couple of days ago, and it didn't give me a recipe when I completed it. But what was weird was I went to the crafting station just to see what materials I needed to craft this. And I noticed that the mission had disappeared from the top right-hand corner. So naturally, I checked my Pip-Boy. I couldn't find it. It was just kind of odd. So the mission just kind of disappeared as soon as I grabbed it. Nonetheless, since I had already done the mission a couple of days ago, I knew what to do. So I just figured I would try it out anyways to see if it would still count it as complete when I finished the task. Maybe it was hiding in the Pip-Boy somewhere that I didn't notice. And that didn't work. I crafted the beer, I drank the beer, and absolutely nothing happened. So I did what I probably should have done in the first place and just went and talked to BIV again, and that did bring the quest back up for me for whatever reason. Not only that, but it already knew that I had brewed a couple of the beers already, so the mission started off by just telling me to wait for it to ferment. Now that's not the entire bug. More happened after this. It gets a little more bizarre. Anyways, I let the beer ferment, I brought it back to BIV, and in the end, I ended up completing the quest, even though I thought I was going to be out for the daily quest because of this bug. But of course, just like the other day when I did this quest, I was rewarded with alcohol but no recipe, so it was a bit of a disappointment again, especially since I have yet to get any seriously good recipes. So I thought it was all over and done with, and I ran off to do some other quests, and I ended up logging off to the server to hop on to another one because I was trying to get an event to trigger. Now, the second I got onto the new server, I got to see this. It's another quest, the Tipsy Tasty Test quest. So for whatever reason, I'm not even close to BIV, and this mission just triggered back on for me. And of course, you're only supposed to be able to do this once a day. So somehow this bug kind of turned into more of a glitch because I've gotten to do 2 quests instead of 1 today. Now this quest was pretty straightforward. It just wanted me to drink a fresh pickaxe pilsner, so I figured I'd brew one of those. Now this is kind of a side tip for you as far as things go. If you ever need to craft this, it does require a, what is it called? A strangler bloom. There we go. In order to get this, there's an area on the far east of the map. It's called the Dyer Chemical Plant, and there's a river right next to it. You're able to find a couple of these strangler blooms here. I believe there was actually part of a main quest line that had you pick these. They're kind of hard to see because everything in the mire looks the same, but if you look on trees, they kind of have this little glowing hue and a bunch of little things coming out of it. Either way, you don't need too many of them. I think I only need 1, plus I got the green thumb equipped so that I can get twice as many when I harvest this. There's not a lot here necessarily, so if you know a better way, let us know down in the comments, but there's usually 3 or 4 in this area. Anyways, I ended up crafting several of them just in case I need them again for a future daily quest from BIV. And I did find something out as I was waiting for them to ferment, and I need to correct myself on one of my earlier videos from this week. I mentioned whenever it says to drink a fresh beverage, whether it's beer or spirit, that it just means that it's something that you just recently crafted, and that's not necessarily true. So as I was waiting for this beer to ferment, I went out into the world. I was trying to gather up some canned dog food, and I just so happened to come across a pickaxe pilsner sitting on the table. I figured, well, you know, it's what I'm fermenting right now. Why don't I just try to drink this and see if it'll trigger the quest to move forward? I guess I really shouldn't be all that surprised when it did in fact work. So if you don't feel like waiting for the fermentation process to complete and you know where you can grab some of these alcohols in the wastelands, it'll save you some time just picking it up and drinking it. It works just the same. Ultimately, after I drank it, all it wanted me to do is go buy something from a vendor. After all of that, I managed to turn in that second quest for the day, and this time, at least, I was rewarded with a recipe. Unfortunately, this is the 5th total mission I turned in, and I was just given yet another beer recipe. So that's a total, I think, of 3 or 4 beer recipes that I've gotten while doing this, so I still don't have anything particularly exciting. Not that the beer recipes are bad. In this case, I think it gives you a little bit of extra weapon damage, but your gun's going to break faster. So this isn't something I'd go out of my way to use, especially with weapon degradation. It's not very appealing. Nonetheless, if you guys run into this glitch, the keynotes to take away from this whole video is 1, go talk to BIV if your mission disappears, and 2, log out of the server and log back in when you're done with the mission and see if you can score a second mission for the day. I hope this video was helpful, and if it was, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you all next time.